Welcome, my name is Martin and this is Strat Chat. And today we're going to be playing Game of Thrones in Crusader Kings 3. So I've never played I've never played Game of Thrones in Crusader Kings 2 because I never really played Crusader Kings 2. But there's been a lot of hype about this and I'm really kind of like looking forward to it. So today we're not going to be looking at strategy or anything like that because I've got literally no idea what I'm going to be doing. We're just going to go in and we're going to see if we can understand what's different, what's going on. We're just going to talk about it and play just a little bit and see what happens. First thing I notice, it changes the screen, so there's lots and lots of new artwork. Now, I'm not sure that I'm worried, but you can't play a normal game now, so presumably I've got to unenable this in order to play a normal game. I'm not quite sure how that happens. I don't know the books very well. I have watched the series, and so obviously I know who Lord Eddie Stark is, though he's younger here than he would be in the series, I think. This is a slightly later start date. Let's have a go with Lord Tywin Lannister and see what it says about him. It's worth saying I can go and play in as any ruler, and I can play down as low as a count, in exactly the same way as you can with normal Crusader Kings. So it's interesting. There's obviously some like sort of sneaky stuff going on, but I'm not going to have a clue. So let's start as Tywin, and this scenario is called Robert's Rebellion. So there's a rebellion going on, and Robert in the series, obviously in the books, obviously wins that rebellion. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to get sort of a decision about which side I join in this war, and then they have this system of mega wars, don't they, where even quite small conflicts have people joining in different sides, and you perhaps choose to do, you perhaps be loyal to your lord, or you might decide to betray them. This might be a part of that mechanic. Got lots of money, lots of prestige, lots of piety, and a 27,000 sized army. So here's my domain, Westerlands. There's a huge, huge map, and I mean, you just have a look. There's Westlands, but actually there's all these duchies just within my own kingdom, all these counties. So it's vast, and the amount of work that's gone into producing this is phenomenal. You go down to places like this. Okay, so this is Lannisport. So this is, I believe, my capital. There's Lanniskeep, Lannisport. All of these are baronies within that city, and I believe that to take that county, because I think it's presumably it's a county, you need to take every single one of them. You have to siege every single one of them down. Of course, it means that it's also got some special buildings. So this is Casterly Rock itself. This is my kind of like home castle, isn't it? You can zoom right in. You can see there's a lot of like kind of like visual detail here. Very, very nice. We've got things like Godswood, special building types that don't exist in vanilla CK3. It looks like these are all the same, and it looks like these are all the same as well. So I'm not involved in a war. Let's look at my character. Okay, so I'm a very, very good steward, and I got the Duchy of Casterly Rock and Castamere, which is all of that. And these are all elective, I think. Does that mean that's elective? Okay. Male preference, primogeniture. Okay, so that's the special law that I've got, is primogeniture, essentially, male primogeniture. But I think this character doesn't have an eligible son. Oh, of course I do. I have Tyrion the Imp. Yeah. Because Jaime isn't eligible to inherit everything because he's Kingsguard. That's right. Okay. Now I think pretty much everybody else is at war. I'll just have a look at some of the main characters. Ed Stark is at war with the Mad King. Can I murder the Mad King? Right, let's murder the Mad King. That should be fun. That'll put Prince Rhaegar. He's not a particularly nice character as far as I can remember. Okay, a couple of things in the court. A nice simple medieval court here. We got. All right, we'll have this front and centre, the famed large wall ornament. It's going to give me prestige, renown, and a massive boost to my vassal limit. And then we'll have the reasonable one over here. I didn't even look to see what that provides. Courtier opinion. Okay. Right, why have I not got him? Well, Leo, and he clearly needs to be my Chancellor. He's also a powerful vassal. Not much in that, so I'll leave Lord Roland as he's a powerful vassal. Right, so my brother in here. Okay, so this will give him more martial. This will give him more learning, oversee the realm. This will give him more intrigue. This will give him more stewardship. And this will give him more diplomacy. Okay, let's go for stewardship. That's clicked me. It's almost like having a wife. It's clicked me up to 5. That's quite handy. So I'm not quite sure how the mechanics of it work, but it's you can see that that's helping with stewardship, and obviously I can get him to do different things. Right, now I have admirals and I have a septon. So I can either protect trade or I can scatter fleets. Protect trade sounds good. So this is essentially my religious ruler. So this is the same as before, same as normal. Let's put him on religious relations then. Tempted to be up here. Let's reset the perks. Right, this gives me a character with an additional 2 domain and additional stewardship. Right, I'm very close to having all of these now. Right, now, my wife has passed away. I don't think I can get married, which is interesting. Oh, right, now we'll marry her off to the king when a king emerges. So we've got the wall up here. I wonder if we can zoom in how well we can see it. Yeah, nice. This is the fort, isn't it? The castle. So up here we've got the wildlands, the wildings, is it? And actually, interestingly, so much smaller, sort of little kind of like kingdoms. We've got the north. Obviously, this is all unplayable, but this presumably will get added at some point. We've got the Iron Throne down here, the Stormlands. Westeros, of course, is my kingdom, and we've got Riverlands and the Vale. I'm going to say right now there's a lot to take in, here. Right, let's look at my religion. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenets. We'll have a little look. That's more than we normally get, I believe. And they're mostly up in the north, but by no means all. Sectaries. I mean, I can still create new faith. I can look at this organisation called the Devout. So this is a separate religious organisation, isn't it? That obviously can influence the game. This would be like this is the High Septon, the fat one. It's King Aerys. Oh, it's King Aerys II Septon. Likely successor. So I guess once you understand how this works, you can kind of think things like, well, I'd quite like to get this chap on or not, you know. Okay, so that's the most devout. So I can actually invest in a candidate. Right, not investing anything at the moment, but interesting. Okay, create new faith is going to work very, very similarly, I presume, to the base game. Obviously, I'd need a lot more faith, and I can presumably swap these out for, a lot of things that I recognise, but there's obviously new ones too. Blinded Followers is obviously new. Okay, so these work very, very similar to the tenets in the base game, but they're different. Or at least some of them are. So Vows of Poverty is in the other game. Godswood isn't. Rulers can build Godswood, a building that provides piety and prestige in castle and tribal holdings. That's what I had at Castle Rock. So this is functions a little bit the way the Catholic Church functions in the other game, because you can seek indulgences at lots of sins, lots of virtues. Okay, so an awful lot to take in here, a lot of stuff to look at. But the most interesting, the kind of initially interesting thing is I think we select one of these. So for 50 piety, I can choose one of these. This will improve my diplomacy, reduce my intrigue, but improve my people's opinion of me. This is reduction in martial, but increase in fertility. The mother, the father, the warrior obviously improves my prowess, reduces my diplomacy. Well, I've been working on stewardship, so let's be the steward. Reduces my learning, but will very slightly improve my stewardship. I think that's it. I think that's selected. Quick look at my house. There we go. There's Lance or Lannister. Oh, so he's from a different line. Imp is my heir. How old is he? 9. Right, with a stewardship education focus, we need to be educating him. I know his dad wasn't that proud of him in real life, but we'll go for it. Okay, let's have a look at cultures. So I mean, this looks very familiar. There doesn't seem to me to be anything here that I wouldn't see in Crusader Kings 3. Obviously, the heritages are different. Innovations seem similar, but yeah. Seems like they've not played much with this system. Of course, you're beginning all in the Steel Age. So we've got everything from the Iron Age. This has been moved around a little bit, but anyway. We've already got trebuchets. So what are we actually working on? Right, let's see if my murder scheme works. Oh, this is useful, having athletic. Right, we've got quite a bit of money. Let's see if we can do a little bit of building and see how that's working. Let's look at Casterly Rock then. So I can improve Godswood, which can be piety, defender advantage, military and prestige. Or I can go for a duchy building. Increase my number of captains. So captains are presumably knights. Increase in captain efficiency feels like a really good idea. Or just simply go for trade ports. Okay, I can't do anything with a special building. Well, let's increase Godswood. Let's look at a city. Casterbridge. Yeah, I think these are what we would normally expect. We'll have some farms though. Okay, so have a quick look at decisions. I can declare independence, essentially joining the rebellion. Ooh, loans from Bravos. Okay, there's a lot of things to get your head around here. Okay, let's just hit play for a little bit, see what happens. All right, we've got agents being removed from this scheme. There's still a 95% success chance. And we've got lots of people we could invite. Right, these are the court positions. Yeah, household guard, full. I could have keeper of the cells, officer of arms, lady in waiting, food tasters, kennel masters for my dogs, a sworn shield. Feels like a good idea. Spies. I don't have any spies, so I don't know how I get spies or what that means. But this scheme looks very, very likely to work. It's currently got 31 agents in it. Right, let's play on and see. Okay, so this is a little bit like the wardship sort of rules, isn't it? So this guy who is, I think he's my nephew, can go and learn to be basically be his squire and presumably learn to be a better knight. Why not? Let's go for it. I think I might declare independence just before that clicks over. Because that's an option, isn't it? You can also hold a grand tourney. What about my knights? Wow, nice. Some good knights there. Presumably other people have good knights as well. I might try building up my army just a tad. Bloody Balesters. I can't have them yet. Right, still 95. Can I declare war? Not in the way that I want, but I can declare independence. Sorry, let's go for this. So I've renounced my fealty to King Eris, and I rise up in rebellion. And then I'm going to try and kill him. He's dead. Oh. Alright, so the king is dead. But I'm not independent. Because it's cancelled my war. And there is a new king. So there's 6 wars I can declare. Right, I think we'll start on that. I gotta say, I thought those were mine. So it's obviously something to do with the way that the wars ended, that control of some things has moved around. Okay, so the Golden Tooth. Oh, it's a territory. Okay, let's go and have a war, see if anything looks different. Okay, it's there, fine. Okay, I think we'll raise 24,000 soldiers. Let's raise them all. Go for the capital. Right, he's already engaged in a battle. Ooh. Raise all. That's going to be an easy victory. Okay. Okay, sorry, that's a city. Okay, okay. Okay, let's move them back. These guys back home. I guess we win if we take this. Okay, so Lord Norwin can be my marshal, right? Yeah, okay, okay. So this is working in a very, very similar way. They're just giving different names to knights and commanders and things. Victory was pretty much complete. I can declare independence. We'll never get there in time. It's 1,000 gold. No, we'll stay where we are. Rather get raided. Expand. And let's do something. Let's see how this works then. Request a loan from the Bank of Bravos. Okay, so I've won my war. Taken him prisoner. Negotiate release. Works exactly the same as normal. Out of interest, how much would he give me? Who else is in prison? Okay, well, so I might as well ransom. Oh, no, no. So I might as well ransom him. Because I've got enough war school for the victory anyway. So I can get a small loan. I was going to go for the big loan. So the thing is, you can have a small loan, or you can have a big loan with interest that's going to be repaid in 2 years. Right, I mean, no longer at 100%. Why not? Oh, I haven't captured it yet. I captured him in battle. Okay, I thought I'd taken the county. Right, we're not very far from taking it anyway. Right, so we should win. We've won. I quite fancy having this chap in my court. Okay, so changing feudal contracts is similar. Negotiating alliances with friends and family. So yeah, you can feel how the core mechanics are basically the same, but there's so much more going on, and it's a fascinating kind of situation. I really haven't got my head around where I am really and what's going on. But I mean, I guess as things stand, as this character, I'll just kind of get myself in control of all of this territory, so that I control the whole of the kingdom. Because I currently don't, and as I didn't really understand why that happened. It doesn't seem like I can vassalize. That seems like so I'm not sure how the vassalage mechanics work. And it'd be very, very interesting to know what it's like being on the Iron Cross. In fact, I suppose the thing to do is to have a quick look, isn't it? Iron Throne, not Iron Cross. Yeah, so this is the Red Keep. This is King's Landing, isn't it? Amazing. And if I go into the Royal Court, so this is me on the Iron Throne. It's it's quite a substantial throne, isn't it? So this is Jamie, who's my last character's son. So these are Kingsguard. Oh, comes right out for artifacts. We'll have that here. You also get your Kingsguard. Here they are. So I could appoint somebody else. I haven't got anybody available at the moment. So presumably this makes him your bodyguard. So this means I can use this to get him to protect somebody else. I think you assign them, make him mine. Oh, right. So right, okay, so I link him to a place, and then I can say who I want him to protect. Yeah, protect King Riga, protect me, obviously. Okay, so that's how that would work. And if I want to change him to general protection, right, he's on general protection. So I hope that's given people a little bit of a flavour. I'm actually involved in a war that I'm losing at the moment. Hope that gives people a little bit of a flavour of what's going on. I mean, it is almost like another game, but you feel reasonably at home with it because you know a lot of the mechanics already. But the new game is free. You know, you can go into Steam, you can enable it, and it's all downloaded. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So, so check it out. Have some fun with it. I'll be back on Monday with the usual session. We may well play some of this at some later date more seriously. But for now, goodbye.